Hi, let's solve this question. X minus 1, parenthesis x minus 2, x minus 3, x minus 4 equal 24. To solve this question, first we group the factors. So first we pair the first and fourth term, and next we pair the second and third term to solve this. So we can write that x minus 1 times x minus 4 x minus 2 times x minus 3 equal 24. Now, we use here FOIL method, first, outer, inner, last. So first you multiply x times x, which is x square, and then you multiply with x times minus 4, which is minus 4x. Negative 1 times x, which is negative x, and negative 1 makes positive 4. Similarly, we multiply that x times x, which is x squared, and then x times minus 3, which is minus 3x. Minus 2 times x will be minus 2x. Minus 2 and minus 3, if we multiply that, we got positive 6 equal 24. Now, if you add the like term, so we got x square minus 4x minus x, which is x square minus 5x plus 4 times x square minus 5x plus 6 equal 24. Now you can see that x square minus 5x appears in both parts. So let's introduce a new variable, which is v. So we assume that let v equal this x square minus 5x. So this equation, we can write that v plus 4 times v plus 6 equal 24. And now we need to expand and solve the simple this quadratics, which is v square plus b times v will be v square plus v times 6, which is 6v, plus 4 times b will be 4v, plus 4 times 6 will be 24 equal 24. Now, if you're adding negative 24 both sides, so 24 minus 24 becomes 0, and this one also becomes 0. Now, if you add the like term, we got v square plus 10v equals 0. Now we are taking common v. So parenthesis, we can write that v plus 10 equal 0. Now we use here zero product property. That means either v equals 0 or b plus 10 equals 0. That means v equals 0 or v equal negative 10. Now we substitute back to get our final solution for x, which we assume b equal x square minus 5x. So case 1, when v equal 0, that means x square minus 5x equals 0. So if you take common x, we can write that x minus 5 equals 0. So that means either x equal 0 or x equal 5. So you got two solution here, 0 comma 5. Next we use case 2, when v equal minus 10. Now we are using case 2 when v equal minus 10. That means when v equal minus 10, that means x squared minus 5x equal minus 10. If you rearranging all the terms in left side, we got x squared minus 5x plus 10 equals 0. To solve this equation, we're using the quadratic formula. So we are using quadratic formula, which is x equal minus b plus minus a square root of b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Now if we comparing with this equation with this x square plus bx plus c equals 0, that means value of a will be 1 since coefficient of x square is 1. Value of b will be minus 5 and c equal 10. Now if we substitute that, we got negative negative 5, which is positive 5, positive negative square root of negative 5 square, which is 25, minus 4 times 1 times 10, which is minus 40, over 2 times 1, which is 2. So we are getting then 5 plus minus square root of 25 minus 40, which is minus 15 over 2. Now we can write this equation 5 positive negative. Square root of negative 15, we can write 15 times square root of negative 1 over 2. And we already know that I equal square root of negative 1. So we got our solution, which is 5 plus minus square root of 15i over 2. That's our final answer. So we got here 4 solution is x equals 0, 5 and x equal 5. Positive root 5 I over 2 and 5 negative root 15 I over 2. That's it. Thank you so much.